related to the OOPS concept, right? Sir, what is class? What is object? What is the reference variable? Reference variable. Next, what is constructor? Okay, what is a destructor? Next, what is a self? Are getting types of variables? Types of variables. Next, types of methods. Types of methods. Next, how we can pass object of a class to another class. How we can pass object of a class to another class, to another class, like all the things we covered already in the last sessions, right? I hope clear for all of that, including material also. I hope uploaded already, right, in your drive. Anyone saw that material? Anyone saw that material? Yes, sir, it's already there. Okay, this is the module 1. Now let me talk about second module related to the OOPS concept, sir. What is the second module related to the OOPS concept? Just only 2 words we have to discuss, but these 2 words is nothing but there's a big story is there in these 2 words, right? Okay, one is inheritance concept. Second ones are polymorphism. Are getting polymorphism concept we require to discuss. Okay, sir, there are the people who are coming from Java background, take a bit very special care. Sometimes exactly same as Java, but sometimes exactly same as Java, but sometimes sir, not same as Java. There is a different behavior by default will be there, sir. That's why take take a special care about these things. Next, and after that, sir, encapsulation abstraction already there. That is our next level. Remember that. Okay, encapsulation, abstract class, next interface concept, like that is our next level. This is the module 2. Matter of few days we have to perform postmortem on this very important concept for the interview room, sir. Sir, make sure you should aware. Sir, now the important conclusion, the important point here is, sir, how we can sir, members, how you can use members of one class inside another class. How we can use members of one class inside another class. How we can use members are one class inside another class. Okay, like suppose, sir, I have 2 classes are there, sir. Assume that I have two classes are there, sir. I want to use members of one class inside another class, right? Okay, like assume that this is my first class, right? Already I wrote a big code. Already I wrote a big code. I wrote, sir, I want to use this code in the second class without rewriting this code. Regarding, I don't want to rewrite this code, sir. This code is already there in so and so class. Why don't you reuse that code in your class? Regarding, I want members of one class inside another class. How you can able to get? How you can reuse this code? For this, there are 2 approaches are available. Are you getting that? There are 2 approaches are available. What is the first one, sir? We can reuse that code in other class by using composition concept. Regarding what is this one, sir? By using composition concept, sir, by using inheritance concept. Regarding, there are 2 possible ways are there, sir. What is the first possible way? Composition. What is the second possible way, sir? Inheritance concept. Remember, sir, both the composition and inheritance meant for code reusability. Already existing code without the rewriting. How I can able to use that thing is nothing but composition and inheritance. Do you know composition is also known as has a relationship? Regarding composition is also known as has a relationship. Sir, inheritance is also known as is a relationship. Remember this one, sir. Has a relationship. Sir, inheritance is also known as is a relationship. Remember that. Observe a bit very carefully about this terminology, right? Okay. Sir, now how you can implement code reusability? How we can use members of one class inside another class by using has a relationship. This part we have to discuss in detail. Can I go for that? Are you able to understand our objective, right? Sir, I want the code reusability. That's about my target. Sir, already code is available in some X class. How I can use that in Y class? Code reusability. For that, two approaches are there. Approach number one, composition, which is also known as has-a relationship. Second approach is nothing but, yes, the second approach is easier relationship. Has-a is very simple, but easier is nothing but very dangerous, sir. In a sense, there are several things we require to discuss as a part of that, sir. Okay, like, so now, suppose assume that employee require car functionality. Employee require car functionality. Observe that. I have assume class car is there. Are you getting class car is there, sir? Next, I have class engine is also there. Observe a bit very carefully, sir. Class car is there, class engine is there. Engine specific functionality I will define inside the engine class. Regarding engine specific functionality, I will define inside engine class. Remember this one. This engine functionality required to the car. How you can able to do that? Create an object of engine inside car class. Regarding create an object of engine inside car class, and happily you can get the total functionality by using this object reference. Sir, this nature is itself is nothing but has a relationship. Remember that. Sir, engine functionality required for the car. Then automatically inside car create engine object. By using that engine object reference, you can bring a total functionality itself is nothing but has a relationship. Sir, I can use the word class car has a, regarding class car has a engine reference. Regarding class car has a engine reference. Is it clear for all operate? Has a relation. Boss, this person has a reference of some other class. By using that reference, happily is allowed to access. All the members of engine class. We are not required to rewrite engine class code again. In this car class. Remember that, sir. Okay, make sure. Now, sir, this is one thing. But anyway, what is the main advantage of has a relation? What is the main advantage of has a relationship, sir? Can you spell out? The biggest advantage of has a relationship is, remember that, sir, code reusability. Regarding the biggest advantage, right? Code reusability. Engine class, how many times we are going to write? Only once. You can call that functionality wherever engine functionality is required, sir. We are not required to rewrite again and again. Clear, right? Okay. Next, there are two doubts got raised, sir. One, sir, but in this example, inner class concept can be used. Yes, Arpita, we can use engine class. Inner class concept, but where you can identify small difference, right? Okay, just observe very carefully this discussion, sir. Has a versus inner class. Has a versus inner class. Suppose this engine class functionality required only this car class. You never going to use anywhere else. Regarding you never going to use anywhere else. Boss, this engine functionality is required only for car class. You never going to use anywhere else. Then we should go for inner classes. Define engine class inside car class. Okay. Suppose, boss, car required engine functionality, but this engine functionality can be used somewhere else also. Need not be car. Somewhere, maybe in the bus also I'm going to use, or maybe some lorry also, maybe I may use something like that. So if for this engine class functionality need not be inside car, somewhere else also you can use, then compulsory you should go for top level class only. Arpita, are you able to understand, right? So if this engine is required only for car, I never going to use anywhere else. Better to go for inner class concept. Sir, but this engine somewhere else also required. Then you should not keep in the part inside car. Better to take at the top level class only. Okay, well, one thing. Next, any other doubts? Yes. Is it clear for all of you, right? Sir, vehicle engine. Onkar, I didn't get you. What's the meaning of that? Onkar, what your doubt? Onkar Gahwane. Yeah. Vehicle class associated with the engine. Vehicle class associated with the engine. Maybe. Yes. Okay. Now take a bit very special care when we should go for has a relation. Sir, I require some other class functionality. How I can get that functionality? Create an object. Create an object. By using that, happily you are allowed to call, no problem at all. Okay. Like suppose employee is there, man. Class employee is there. Employee required car. Employee required car. Boss, I want a car. I want a car. Then automatically he's not going to create. He's not going to define car functionality. Car functionality is already provided by car people, man. Car functionality already provided by car people. Just what I will do is C is equal to car. Regarding C is equal to car. Okay. So now once I create a car, whatever operations defined inside a car by default available for me, we are not required to redefine all those things. We are not required to rewrite all those things, which is nothing but code reusability. Are you getting? Sir, car functionality I can use inside employee class. Car functionality not required to rewrite inside employee class, which is nothing but, sir, has a relation. Can I use the word class employee? Class employee has class employee has a car. Correct or not? Class employee has a car. Okay, make sure, sir, you people should aware. Any explanation is required? Any explanation is required? Okay, theoretically, are you feeling comfortable, right? Okay, that's all, sir. As of now, Vedant, just consider that is the composition. Okay, composition, that's all. Now let me go for one executable code so that you people can feel comfortable, sir. Sir, very simple. Don't feel much, sir. It's a bigger concept, something like two classes are there, man. One class required, other class functionality. Sir, where the functionality is required, create an object, call that functionality. Create an object, call that functionality. That's all. This concept is nothing but has a relationship. Okay. Now let me go for a small executable program so that you people can feel more comfortable. I'm sure, sir. Suppose assume that I'm taking class car. Assume that I'm taking class car, sir. Okay. So this car having can you spell out some parameters for the car? Okay. Self name of the car, model of the car. Next and after that, color of the car. Like there are some properties by default will be there, sir. Okay. Now I'm taking self dot name is equal to name, self dot model is equal to model like sir. Now self dot sir color is equal to color like this, right? Sir, what is this concept? Can you spell out? What is this concept, sir? Constructor. Like you can add some more properties also. Mileage, number of wheels, number of wheels for the car. Okay. Mileage, number of wheels, engine type. Okay, like next manufacturing company, like manufacturer, like you can able to add some more properties, no problem at all. Next, DEF, get info. Can you please, sir, display get info like this info of this car, sir. Okay, get info. Can you please print in info of the car, sir? Print off. Here I'm taking car name. Are you getting what is the car name, sir? Okay, car name. Okay, like I'm taking. Next and after that, car model. Okay, car name I'm taking, sir. Next model. Yeah, model is like this. Next and the color. Is like this I'm taking, sir. Dot format of. Can you spell out, sir? Self dot name. Next and after that, self dot model. Next self dot color like this I'm taking, sir. That's all. So this is what I'm trying to do is just I'm trying to print the content. Regarding that, just I'm trying to print the content. Make sure, sir. That's all. This is about get info, sir. Car. That's all. Car having. So some properties. Car having some functionality also. Assume that get info is the functionality and having the properties are nothing but like. So now I'm taking class employee. Observe that class employee. So employee class required car. employee required car functionality. Remember that. What I am taking? DEF underscore underscore init. Okay. Self. Sir, for every employee, enum, ename. Next and after that, enum. Next, sir, car required. Assume that, sir. Car required. Assume. Sir, employee required car functionality, but he never going to define that functionality. Already existing functionality you want to use. What I'm taking? Self dot ename is equal to ename, sir. Next, self dot ename is equal to ename. Self dot enum is equal to enum. Okay. Self dot car is equal to car, like this I'm taking, sir. Next, can you please display employee information? DEF EMP info. DEF EMP info like this I want to display, sir. Sir, now what I'm taking? Print employee name. Just observe that. Print employee name, ename like this, self dot ename. Self dot ename I'm taking. Next, print employee number. Employee number I'm taking, self dot enum. Just observe a bit carefully, sir. Just I will simplify that. Don't worry about that. Employee number. Next, employee, sir, car info. Are you getting? Employee car info. That's all I'm trying. Sir, car info I want to display, but where that thing is available, sir? Here inside the here car info is available. What I will take? Self dot okay, car, self dot car. Already car type of variable is there, sir. Self dot car dot, what is the function I'm calling, sir? Get info. Remember that. What is the function I'm calling? Get info, right? Now take a bit very special care. Employee required car functionality. Employee required car functionality, right? Okay. So here employee having car reference, that's why happily he is allowed to call sir whatever functionality available inside a car, because employee having one instance variable named with a car. But how you can create that part I will discuss. Okay. Sir, up to this, any doubt? Yes, Onkar, we are going to discuss that part. Don't worry about that. Yes, sir, we are passing car object, yeah, the argument. Car object, yeah, the argument to employee class. Okay. Now let me create, sir, car first. It is not inheritance concept. It is not inheritance concept. I'm not talking about inheritance. It is the composition, has a relationship. Employee has a car reference. By using that, he can able to call all the methods present inside employee, I mean car class. He is not required to rewrite. Saujanya, getting right? Okay. Sir, now have a look once, sir. I'm taking first car required. If you want to create a car, what are various things I have to specify? Name of the car, model of the car, color of the car. Name of the car, model of the car, color of the car. C is equal to car of name, sir. Just I'm taking Innova is the name of the car. Next, the model of the car, sir, 2.5 Z. Okay, I'm taking 2.5 Z. Z is the model of the car. Next, the color is, sir, Innova gray color. Gray color is the very popular color. Okay, sir, like I'm taking. So, car object is ready. Sir, now I want to create employee object. I want to create employee object. Sir, here E is equal to employee of, can you please expect employee expecting how many properties? Employee expecting how many properties? Employee name, employee number, and then car. Are you getting? Employee name. Assume that Durga I'm taking. Next, Durga I'm taking. Employee number 101 I'm taking, or 100 I'm taking. Next, employee car required. Already I created a car. Now. So this car by default is going to be associated with the employee. Remember that. So employee having car reference. By using this car reference, employee can able to access car properties. Remember, we are not required to define car functionality again inside employee class, because car functionality already defined inside car class. Clear, right? Are you able to understand? Okay, sir. Now, sir, which object I created here? Can I spell out? Which object I created here? Employee object. Okay, this one is nothing but employee object. Sir, now employee having name, name is the Durga. Next, the employee number is 100, and then C. C means car object. C means car object. So once a C employee has a car, by using the C reference, whatever functionality is there inside car, automatically by default we are going to get this behavior is nothing but, okay, this behavior is nothing but, sir, has a relationship. Everyone can able to understand? Yes. Okay, let me execute this code, sir. Let me execute this code. The people who are coming from Java background, you can able to understand my words very easily. No problem at all. Remaining people also. Sir, just I created object, but I didn't call any method. E dot emp info. E dot emp info. Yes. Okay. Now have a look once, sir. Are you getting? So now employee, just I'm calling employee functionality, emp info, but emp info in the car functionality is coming. How the car functionality is coming to the employee class? Because inside employee class, I never define car functionality. Car functionality is available inside car class. But how this person is getting that information? Because employee having car object, by using that car object, he can able to call the methods present inside car class. Clear? Okay, now have a look once. Have a look once, sir. Let me execute this code. Yes, this is, sir, employee can able to get car functionality, which is nothing but, this concept itself is nothing but has a relation, which is also known as composition. Clear? Are you able to understand? Sir, now which class using which class functionality? Ayo, here two classes are there. Which class using which class functionality? Can I spell out? Employee using car functionality. How employee getting car functionality? How employee getting car functionality? Employee has a car reference. Are you getting? Once employee having car reference, happily is allowed to get whatever functionalities are there in that. Clear, right? So this is one small chota example just to understand, right? Okay, that's all. Just now let me go for a small another just idea purpose. Let me take one more scenario. Yes, up to this any doubt? Up to this any doubt? Clear? Sir, now just to get a complete overall idea, here just observe that class X I'm taking, sir. Class X I'm taking, just observe. This X class contain def M1. Sir, it is not executable code. Just basic idea purpose I'm taking, sir. It is not executable code. Sir, M1, M2, M3, M4. Like how many methods are there, sir? Four methods are there. Assume that, sir. It is not executable code. Just for idea purpose I'm taking. Sir, four methods are there. Now class Y, sir, class Y, sir, I want all these methods, sir, because these methods contain 10,000 lines of the code. Sorry, man, I don't want to again rewrite. I want to reuse this code. Very simple, sir. What you can able to do? X is equal to X. X is equal to X. Once I created X object by using that, can I able to call M1? Can you please tell? Can I able to call M1? Can I able to call M2? Can I able to call M3? Yes, we can able to call M4. Yes, automatically that functionality by default available. We are not required to rewrite that functionality. This concept itself is nothing but, okay, composition concept. Clear? Has a relation. Sir, which class can I use the word class Y? Class Y, okay, has class Y has a class Y has a is nothing but which one, sir? Has a X reference. Class Y has a X reference. Clear? Yes. Okay, that's all. So this is about has a one way to bring functionality. Just try to get for code reusability. How you can achieve in Python, sir? One way itself is nothing but has a. Okay. Now second way, sir. Listen very carefully, sir. I don't want to create object. Array, I don't want to create object. Listen this one. If I can, I'm not going to create an object, sir. Okay. Here just what I will take is I'm taking x like this. Are you getting? I'm taking x like this, right? Okay. If I can take x like y of x like this, automatically all these functions by default available here. By default available, no problem at all, sir. Now just I'm taking y is equal to y. Y is equal to y. Sir, y dot m1, y dot m1, y dot m2, y dot m3, like array x class methods. How it is available to the y? Because of this bracket open and so on. This concept is nothing but inheritance concept. Remember this one, sir, in Python. How you can able to define inheritance is this is the style. Everyone can able to understand? Yes. So what is the syntax? Sir, how many times we are using this method? How many times we are writing these methods? Please respond. How many times we are writing these methods? Only once, sir. But how many times I can use these methods? Even in the child class also you can use without rewriting. Write once, use anywhere. Yes, reuse that code multiple times. Code reusability. You can achieve code reusability. You can achieve code reusability by using has a relation, by using easier relation. But when we should go for these two things, I will discuss. Don't worry, sir. Sir, here, what syntax I'm using? Can you please observe this? Can you please observe the syntax what I'm using? Class y of x. Here class, subclass, child class of parent class. Are you getting? Parent class like this, right? This is the syntax. So in Java, some people are going to fail. Some people class C extends P. Class C extends P means Java people especially. This one is the parent class. This one is the child class. So in Java, our style is like this, but in the Python, our style is like this. Everyone can able to understand? Sir, which is the parent? Array, which is the parent? Parent class here is which is the parent? Parent class is X class. Parent class is X class. Child class is nothing but Y class. This type of relation is by default considered yes, sir, is a relationship. Remember that. Sir, first I will show code reusability and then I will go for a small chota example so that you may get much clarity about this one, sir. Clear? Up to this, any doubt? Okay, let me go for executable code so that you people can able to see. Just observe that. Beautiful example, sir. Beautiful example I'm going to cover. Listen this one. A is equal to 10. A is equal to 10. That's all. What is this variable? Array, what is this variable, man? A is equal to 10. What is this variable? So static variable class level. Now class Y pass. That's all. I'm not going to define anything inside Y. Just pass. That's all. Parent class variables, parent class methods, parent class constructors by default available to the child class. Remember, so there are small contradictions are there when compared with Java. So Java people take a bit very special care. So parent class variables and methods by default available to the child class, but inheritance concept not applicable for constructors. Inheritance concept not applicable for constructors. Okay, like in Java, but here variables, methods, constructors, whatever there is the parent, happily by default available to the child class, no problem at all. It may be static variable, it may be instance variable, it may be instance method, static method, class method. All the things by default available to the child. Remember that. Saujanya, are you getting? Static variables by default will be inherited, but private members are not visible. Then automatically inheritance is not possible. That part we are going to discuss in the next module. Remember that. Clear, right? Okay. So whatever parent has by default available to the child. Remember. Now y is equal to y. I'm taking, sir. Array, can you please create y is equal to y? Can you please create an object? I'm creating an object, sir. Y. Now print of y print y dot a. Print of y dot a. Y dot a like this, right? What is the answer? What is the answer? Why you are thinking? What is the answer? We are going to get 10. Because I'm not defining this a inside y class, but you are accessing a by using y only. So whatever variable available in the parent, automatically by default available to the child class. Observe a bit carefully, sir. But the answer by default we are going to get 10. Oh, if you define any variable in the parent, no problem, automatically it's available to the child class. Accessing, Saujanya, we can access class variables by using object reference, no problem at all. Even if you want, you can use class name also. Even if you want, you can use class name also. Clear? Next up. Here, parent reference can be used to hold child object. Such type of terminologies are not applicable because type we are not going to specify. Saujanya, are you getting right? We can access by using object reference also, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, what is the next one, sir? Okay, sir. Clear? Variables are by default available. We are not required to rewrite. Now, take very special care. DEF M1 of self, DEF M1 of self. Okay, sir. Print of parent class instance method. Parent class instance method. So where I define this method? Respond. Where I define this method? This method I am defining in parent class or child class? Parent class. Child is a dummy. Dummies are just the most happiest person. Extends X. Automatically all the parent properties by default are going to come, sir. Now I'm taking y dot m1. Are you getting y dot m1? Automatically parent class method will come in the picture because, sir, it is the child. In the child class, if it is not there, automatically parent class method by default we are going to get. We are not required to rewrite in the child class, right? Observe parent class instance method. Oi, are you able to understand, right? Parent class methods by default available to the child class or not? Array parent class methods by default available to the child class or not? Yes, no problem at all. Now, don't fear only instance methods, static methods, next class methods, everything available. Okay, now I'm taking just have a look once, sir. So how I can define class method? Class method CLS. Are you getting? Parent class method. Next and after that, how I can define static method? Sir, static method explicitly. So we are not going to pass any argument. Parent class static method. But anyway, names must be changed. M2, M3. Oh, sir, parent class. Variables, static variables available. Parent class instance method available. I showed already, right? Next, parent class method, parent class static method. I want to make it available, sir. What is the way? Y dot m2, y dot m3. Are you getting? Y dot m2, y dot m3. Like this I'm taking, sir. Parent class instance method, parent class static method, class method, all the things by default available, man. Ayyo, clear? Sir, where I'm writing all these things? Array, where I'm writing all these things? In the parent class or in the child class? In the parent class, but I'm calling all these things on the child reference. I'm calling all these things on the child object. So for the child automatically available because of this syntax. Are you getting? If you want to reuse other class functionality in your class, one way is has a relation, second way is a relation. So only methods and variable. Worry about constructor. Is the constructor is it going to come or not? Why not, man? Why not? Here the f underscore init underscore init self I'm taking. What is this one, sir? Print constructor. Correct or not? Print constructor like that. Oh, observe very carefully, sir. Whenever you are creating an object, which object you are creating? Array, which object we are creating? Child object. Sir, in the child class, are you defining any constructor? No. If the child class doesn't contain any constructor, automatically parent class constructor by default will come. No problem at all. Because inheritance concept is applicable for the constructors also. Now have a look once. Constructor will be executed or not? Yes, man. Constructor got executed because at the time of object creation only I created. But which constructor? Is it child constructor or parent constructor? Yo, is it child constructor or parent constructor? Parent constructor by default executed, man. Parent constructor by default got executed. Then automatically have you observed, right? Parent constructor like, sir, then immediately you ask, sir, I'm taking self dot d is equal to, sir, 8888 like this. What is this variable, sir? Array, what is this variable? Inside a constructor, if you are declaring a variable by using b, by using self, what is this variable? Instance variable. Instance variable of which class? Instance variable of which class? Parent class. Parent class instance variable by default available to the child class or not? By default available to the child class or not? Yes. Okay. Now parent class instance variable by default available. By default available to the child class, no problem at all. Now where is the proof for that? Print of y dot print of y dot b, sir. Print of y dot b. Print of y dot b. Have you observed, right? 888 or 8888 by default is going to come. Clear? So in the parent class, what the remaining? In the parent class, what the remaining? Nothing remaining. All the things including constructor, static variable, next and after that, like each and everything, whatever parent by default is coming, man. So we should have such a type of beautiful parent, man. If the parent is rich, automatically kid is also by default rich only. Are you getting right? If my parent is so, do you know something like my mother is Sonia Gandhi, then automatically someday I will become Prime Minister of India. Regarding someday I will become Prime Minister of India. Or if my father is Chandrababu, someday, do you know, automatically I will get minister seat and so on. Enjoy karenge. Okay. Okay, like so make sure parent, if the parent is rich, automatically child by default is going to be rich, man. Remember that, okay? Because this property is nothing but what? Inheritance property. Remember, even including destruct also. Saujanya, why not? Here, just observe. I'm taking def underscore del like this. I'm taking. Sir, destructor, is it available or not? I want to check, sir. Destructor, is it available or not? I want to check. So here, what I'm taking? Parent destructor. Just observe, if all the things are coming automatically, if the parent having any debts or any loans, those things also available. Those things also by default available to the child. Regarding those things also by default available to the child, I hope. Remember, remember that. Okay. Don't feel only always assets. Even if debts or otherwise loans are available for the parent, by default available to the kid also. Can you please observe? Can you please observe? Here, whenever child object is destroying, automatically parent destructor got executed or not? Saujanya, are you seeing right? Yes. So destructor concept also is by default inheriting to the child. Oh, beautiful concepts are whatever there in the parent by default available to the child. We are not required to rewrite. If the parent contain 1 lakh lines of the code, automatically those 1 lakh lines of the code by default available to the child. Remember that, sir. This beautiful concept is nothing but inheritance concept. Regarding now, I'm not creating any object. Just this is the syntax what we require to use. Sir, now I have one small doubt. Can I remove this syntax? Can I remove this syntax? Sir, if this syntax is there, happily it's working. Can I remove this syntax? Can I remove this syntax? Immediately, sir, Python is going to give left and right. Oh, you are an empty person. You are an empty person. You are not having anything. How you can ask what is A, what is the value of M1, what is the value of M2, what is the value of M3, print y dot B. Meaningless. Are you getting? Every time you are going to get errors. Observe? Every time, sir, y object has no attribute A. Okay, sir, I'm removing that. Because A is not there, you are telling. Okay, now I'm telling, oh, y object has no attribute M1. Oh, M1 you can't call. I'm removing, sir. Then, sir, y object has no attribute M2. Okay, I'm removing that. Then automatically, y object has no attribute M3. I'm removing that. Y object has no attribute B. I'm removing that. Then automatically, sir, sir, without calling any method, what is the need of creating this object? Remove that also. Are you getting? So this is nothing but inheritance concept. So parent class properties by default available to the child. Remember that it may be method, it may be variable, it may be constructor, it may be class method, any kind of things are including destructors also by default available to the child class. Clear, right? So if you have such type of parent, don't leave that. Don't leave that. Our job will become very, very easy. Remember. Clear up to this? Okay. Now let me go for a bit more meaningful example instead of syntactical things. Syntactical things are very clear, right? Okay. By default available, happily in the child class you are allowed to use, right? But small loopholes are there. That thing we will discuss. Next, how many types of inheritance is there? What about all those things will come? Tiwari, Vedant, I will explain. Don't worry. Okay. Now here just observe that. So in Java, the people especially who are coming from Java background, the people who are especially coming from Java background, in Java, static variables, inheritance is applicable. Instance variables applicable. Parent class instance variables available to the child. Parent class static variables available. Parent class instance method, static method, inheritance concept available. But parent class constructors not available to the child. Parent class constructors not available to the child. Remember, inheritance concept, overriding concept not applicable for constructors in Java. But in Python, overriding, inheritance, all those things by default available, by default applicable to the child, no problem at all. Okay, clear? Everyone can able to understand, right? Okay, that's all. Now let me go for a bit clarity here only. Let me provide a bit clarity here only so that you may get sir, next level you can able to understand very easily, right? Sir, same example I'm taking, sir. Can you please have a look once? Can you please have a look once? Okay, here I'm taking same example I'm taking, sir. Okay, almost this is the this no one more thing. Same example I'm taking. Now here see this one. You are asking, you are creating y, and then you are asking print y dot a. Sir, in Python, rules are very straightforward. You are calling a on which reference? Are on which reference? Y reference. Y reference. If a y having a highest priority, first priority will goes to the child class only. Remember that. If a child class doesn't contain, then only parent class will come in the picture. First priority is always what? Child. If the child doesn't contain, then only parent class will come in the picture. Please make sure you should have clear clarity about this point, sir. Suppose parent class contain, of course a is equal to 10. Sir, now I'm taking in the child class also a is equal to 7777 I'm taking. If I print y dot a, which one will come? If I print y dot a, which one will come? So first priority is always what? Child class. First priority is always what? Child class. Child class variable should come in the picture. Yes, man. 7777. Okay, well. Now I have one small doubt. Sir, whenever you are creating an object, here see this one. Class Y. Whenever I'm creating an object, 1 minute. Am I doing any mistake? Yeah, Vedant. That's what I'm observing. So whenever we are taking this one, Have you observed, right? Uh-huh. Yes. Guru Prasad, thanks, man. Okay, here see. Whenever I'm taking like this, constructor should be executed. Arey, why constructor not executing like I'm checking? Here the syntax. Are you getting? I removed that syntax, right? That's why. Okay. Now observe that. Parent constructor executed or not? Yes, sir. 7777 like that. Now, anyway, my next question is, sir, is the constructor available in the child class? Yes, man. Is it possible or not? Array respond. Is it possible or not? Yes, perfectly. It is possible, man. What I will take now, child class constructor. If the child class constructor is available, then child constructor only will be executed. Sir, first priority, always go for child class. If the child doesn't contain, then only parent will bring in the picture. Now observe, which constructor got executed? Child constructor. Next at the destruction, child not having destructor. That's why parent destructor got executed. Straightforward. Suppose assume, sir, child class contain destructor, sir. Assume child class contain destructor, sir. Okay, child destructor. Can you please tell which constructor will execute? Parent or child? Ray respond. Parent or child? Child only, because child already contain. If the child class doesn't contain, then only parent class, right? Okay. Can you please tell which destructor will be executed now? Parent or child? Parent or child? Child destructor only. Now have a look one. Child constructor, child destructor, everything is going for the child only. If the child doesn't contain, then only parent will come in the picture. Remember that, sir. If the child doesn't contain, then only parent will come in the picture. This rule not only for variables, not only for constructors, sir. This rule is applicable for any method also, no problem at all. Sir, I want to define all these methods in the child class. I want to define all these methods in the child class, right? Okay. Luckily, we have copy paste option is there. Okay. Now I'm replacing child. Now replacing child. So now parent class contain methods. Child class also contain method. Then automatically, do you know y dot m1, m2, m3? Can you please tell which methods will come? Array respond. Which methods will come? Child methods or not? Yes. So make sure, sir, every time child class method only. Remember that. Suppose child class methods are not available. Sir, child class doesn't contain instance method. Parent class method will come in the picture. Parent class instance method. Sir, child class doesn't contain class method. Child class doesn't contain class method. Then automatically parent class method. If the child class doesn't contain static method, then automatically doesn't contain static method. Okay, then what will happen? Parent class methods. That's all, man. So this is about inheritance. Clear? Yes. Any doubt up to this? Okay. Now, sir, immediately there are some doubts. Immediately there may be a chance of some doubt. Sir, listen very carefully, sir. I have parent class M1 is there, child class also M1, sir. Parent class M1 is there, child class M1. From the child class, I want to call parent class method. From the child class, I want to call parent class method. Very simple. Here in Python, there is a bigger concept is there. Super. Are you getting right? The super is the super concept, sir. Remember that super concept is there. What is this super method? Are you getting super method, super method, right? So from the child, even in Java also, the people who are coming from Java background, even in Java also, if you want to access parent class variable, super.x, super.m1, like somewhere at your childhood, somewhere we discussed. I mean, in Java it is already there. Same terminology, but instead of keyword, we require to use super method. Super method. Remember that. Sir, how you can able to do that? Sir, I want that. What I will do is in the child class, assume that in the child, I'm defining constructor, sir. In the child, I'm defining constructor. Constructor, I'm defining, sir. Assume that. Sir, this is my constructor. Sir, which constructor I'm taking, sir? Which constructor I'm taking? This is the child constructor, right? Child constructor like this. Sir, I want parent constructor also. I want parent constructor also. If you can take y is equal to y, which constructor by default will be executed? Can you please tell which constructor by default will be executed? Child constructor. Child constructor. Now observe. Child constructor executed, right? Child constructor executed. Sir, I want. Can you please initiation to child? Parent constructor also. Can you please execute? Very simple. Very simple. Super dot. What is the constructor name? Hey, respond. What is the constructor name? So parent class constructor name. That's all. It is a method call. It is a method call. We are not required to pass self. Self is implicit variable, right? It is a method call. We are not required to pass. That's why super dot int. Now observe. Let me remove this destructor. Unnecessary, our concentration will be gone. Okay. Now have a look once. Whenever you are creating an object, child class already contain constructor. That's why child constructor will execute. But at the part of child constructor, parent constructor we are executing. Because of the super call, parent constructor will be executed. Everyone can able to understand, right? Now observe. Both constructors will execute or not. Have a look once, sir. Can you please observe? Parent constructor followed by child constructor, right? First parent, because I took like this. Now I have one small doubt, sir. Now I have one small doubt. Remember that. I want here. I want here. So there are big loopholes are there in Java. Hey, call to super must be first line inside constructor. You should not take anywhere else and so on. But here no such type of rules. Observe. No such type of rules. Happily, first child constructor and then parent constructor like. Okay. By default we are going to get. Sir, not only constructor, sir. Not only constructor, sir. I want a method. I want a method. What is the problem, sir? I want a method. What is the problem? So super dot. I want to call m1 method. I want to call m1 method, right? Sir, what is the way? I want to call m1 method, right? Sir, now observe. At the part of constructor, I'm calling m1 method. At the part of constructor, I'm calling m1 method. Yes. What is the problem, man? You can. Sir, I want to call m2 method, sir. I want to call m2 method, sir. I want to call m3 method. Happily, it is going to execute. Sir, even though m1, m2, m3 available in the child class, but those methods are not going to execute because explicitly you are telling that. Okay, sir, you are telling sir parent class methods. Clear, right? Self.m1 is not required. Here self.m1 is not required. Directly super class m1 method, super class m2 method, super class m3 method, super class constructor. Even while calling constructor also, we didn't use self. Have you observed, right? Directly I'm calling. Okay. This is super method. Super method, really super to call explicitly super class members. Clear, right? Next, super class variable also, super.x. Just the print of super dot. What is the variable name? What is the variable name? A. Super dot A. Super dot A like this. Now observe super dot A. What is the value? By default you are going to get 10. Okay. So this is inheritance concept. What is the advantage? Who is going to get priority? From the child class explicitly, if you want to call parent class terminology, how you can super method. Clear? Yes. Okay, that's all. Now let me convert into small scenario kind of thing so that you can able to understand, right? Okay, you can able to understand. Yes, same variable is available in the child class also. Saujanya, you are calling what? You are calling by using. Yes, you are calling by using super. That's why super will come in the picture. Are you getting? So if you are not using super, then current class member by default will come in the picture. Clear? Any doubt? Saujanya, are you able to understand, right? Suppose here I'm taking A is equal to 7777777 is there. but still I'm using super.k. That's fine. But the answer by default we are going to get 10 only. 10 only. Sir, I want this value, sir. Please, I want this value, sir. Then automatically what you have to take? Static variable, right? By using class name. Static variable, right? By using class name. By using class name. Now have a look once. Happily, this 7777 we are going to get. It is super class variable. It is the current class variable. Clear? Any doubt? Yeah, there are some small doubts are there, sir. Divya, she is asking, is there any types of inheritance, right? Yes, there are multiple types of inheritance is available. Single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, next cyclic inheritance, hybrid inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, like all the types of inheritances, whatever there are allowed in the Python. But only one thing is not allowed. Only one thing is not allowed. Of course, really it is not required. Cyclic inheritance. Cyclic inheritance is not allowed in Python, except that all the remaining things are allowed. Multiple inheritance is also allowed, man. In Java, multiple inheritance concept is not allowed. Correct, right? In Java, multiple inheritance concept is not allowed, but here it is allowed. But how that problem will be solved, we are going to show. Here more practical proofs you can able to see, sir. Method resolution process, MRP is there. How you can able to programmatically you can see first who is going to get the chance and so on. Okay, like we will discuss, right? Up to this, any doubt? Up to this clear? Devendra Kumar, where are you, man? Oh, Devendra Kumar is this batch? No. Earlier batch. Saujanya, I hope, are you able to understand? Can I go to a small scenario? Just I will explain, sir, so that you people can feel more comfortable, right? Okay, sir, observe that. A small example I'm going to tell. Yes, this is the syntactical related things I told, right? Assume that I'm taking one class person. Assume I'm taking one class person, sir, Sir, every person having some properties, irrespective of that person, maybe irrespective of that person, maybe sir, a software engineer or student or customer, any kind of person, sir, what type of properties are there? Name will be there. Next and after that, age will be there, sir. Name will be there, age will be there. Just I'm taking self dot name is equal to name, self dot age is equal to age. Observe coding, how we are going to use this one, how we are going to use this inheritance concept here. I'm going to explain. Def. Now, every person in the world compulsory is going to do two things: eating and drinking, drink and eat. Correct or not? Okay. So DEF, eat and drink. Eat and drink. Self I'm taking eat and drink. So print off. Okay. Eat and drink. Sir, what is going to eat? Assume that biryani eating. Biryani eating and a beer drinking. Okay, like I'm taking, sir, don't just kidding. Okay, that's all. This is about sir person class. Every person should have name and age. Every person should eat and drink. This is the functionality which is applicable for every person. These properties are applicable for every person. So while defining child classes, okay, don't you are not required to redefine again this bleedy properties, again this method. Happily, if you want all these properties, class, okay, I'm taking software engineer. Class software engineer like this I'm taking, sir. So just a software engineer, yeah, sir, it should be child class of person. Class software engineer, child class of person. So because of this, just this extra syntax, automatically name is coming or not? Respond. Automatically name is coming or not? Yes. Automatically age is coming or not? Yes. Age property is coming, name property is coming, eat and drink also coming. So now what I'm taking is, observe carefully, sir. For the software engineer, extra properties are salary and employee number and salary. Extra things are going to be there, sir. What I'm taking? Def underscore underscore init underscore underscore init self self. Okay, self comma what enum employee number and then employee salary. Assume that, sir, employee number and then employee salary. Legend self dot enum is equal to enum, self dot ename is equal to sorry, esal is equal to esal like this. Next, software engineer also can eat and drink. Biryani eating and beer drinking acceptable for the software engineer, no problem at all. DEF, DEF. What is the what extra activity my software engineer can do? I respond, man. What extra activity software engineer can do? Okay, can work. Assume that work like this. Can assume that work he can able to do. What work here? Print of coding python coding is something like python coding is something like Saujanya, we will discuss, don't worry about that. I will check. We will discuss that doubt, don't worry, just let me complete this one. Yeah, python coding is something like what you can take, sir, any word you can able to use. So like drinking chilled beer because summer in India. Okay, like I'm taking. Assume that, sir, this is what I'm trying to take, sir. Class software engineer person, like I'm taking, that's all this is about. Like, sir, now take a bit very special care. Can you please tell parent class contain how many properties? Respond. Parent class contain how many properties? 2 properties, name and age. Child class contain how many properties? Child total how many properties? Child class total how many properties? Okay, 4 properties are coming because already these 2 variables and 2 more variables are coming. Next, the second one, sir. So what about how many methods are there for the child? 2 methods are there. This method is coming automatically, this one. So this total thing will be reused in the child class. Total thing will be reused in the child class. Now S is equal to SE. I'm taking S is equal to SE software engineer. What properties I want, sir? Observe carefully. Total how many properties? Total how many properties? 4 properties, right? Assume name Durga and age 48. I'm taking age 48. Next, enum employee number 100. I'm taking employee salary. Okay, 10,000 like this. I'm taking, sir. Anyone, can you please tell, is this a valid line? Is it a valid line? No, invalid, sir, because whenever you are creating an object, immediately child constructor only. If the child doesn't contain constructor, then the parent constructor will come. But child contain constructor, but the problem here is it is expecting 2 only, but you are providing 4. It is expecting 2, but you are providing 4. That's why the problem is going to come. Observe that init takes 3 positional arguments, but 5 are given. 3 positional arguments, but 5 are given. Something like this, it's going to tell. What I will take here is, let me take name comma age also. Name comma age also. Can you please tell all the properties? Now property count is matched or not? Array respond. Property count is matched or not? Yes. But the first 2 properties will be ignored because with these 2 properties you are not doing anything. We are not doing anything. So valid, no problem. But you can't access name. You can't access name and age. Suppose I'm taking print of s dot name comma s dot age. If I can ask s dot name and s dot age, then automatically, you know, where these variables like. What I have to do was this name and age. Can you please assign to this? Can you please assign to this? Can you please tell what is the code I have to take? Respond. What is the code I have to take? Ayo, super dot underscore init underscore init, just the pass name comma age. It is a call. It is a constructor call. Self is not required. It is a constructor call. Self is not required. Oh, now observe the flow, sir. Now observe the flow here. You are creating an object. You are calling constructor. 4 properties. Yes, all these 4 properties are coming. Now the first 2 properties you are sending to superclass constructor. Now superclass constructor will create 2 instance variable and assign these values. Next and after that, the remaining 2 properties you are assigning, right? Now for my software engineer object, all the 4 properties by default are coming. No problem at all 4 properties by default coming. Okay, now s dot name, s dot age, s dot s dot name, s dot age, s dot what the remaining, s num, s dot eSal. Perfect, man. If you want, you can cross check perfectly. It's going to work, no problem at all. Durga 48 100 under 10,000, right? Sir, now for yes, can I call eat and drink? Eat and drink method, can I able to call or not? Yes, why not? Parent class method by default available to the child. Yes, biryani eating and beer drinking, something like. On the yes, can I able to call work? On yes, can I able to call work? Yes, what is the problem with that? Okay, that's all. Now have you observed, right? Here person class contain these 2 methods, software engineer class contain of course extra properties and so on. So tomorrow sir, on the child object, happily you can call parent class members, child class members, no problem at all, because through inheritance all the properties present in the parent automatically available to the child. Clear? Any explanation is required up to this? Okay, now you may ask, sir, where is the code reusability, sir? Where is the code reusability? Like you may ask, here see this one. Tomorrow class student is coming. For the student also these properties are required or not? Okay, respond. For the student also these properties are required or not? Yes. So here these properties by default required. That's why so simple I can write person. If I just add the student or person, this total thing automatically coming to the child. We are not required to rewrite. Day after tomorrow, class teacher is coming. Regarding class teacher is coming, sir. So again person, like so how many times we can declare these things? Only once. But how many times we can reuse in every child class or person automatically? All these things by default available, which is nothing but code reusability. Clear? So if you want to access functionality of one class inside another class, compulsory we should have 2 approaches. Approach number one, what is the first approach? Has a relation, create an object and call that composition. Next, the second approach, easier relation, is nothing but inheritance concept. Sir, clear? Then immediately you may ask, sir, when we should go for has a, when we should go for is a? Can you please explain with some small scenario? Sir, this is the place where we should go for has a. This is the place where we should go for is a. Can you please explain is a versus has a? I will do that, sir. First, get the clarity up to this. Yes, there are some doubts are there. Let me. Sir, if a parent has constructor, then is it necessary to have the constructor in the child class? Onkar, not required. Not required. That is the Java's rule. Here parent class constructor is the independent, child class constructor is the independent. Whenever you are creating an object, parent class constructor, if the child doesn't contain, directly parent constructor will execute. Yes, any doubt? Sir, the people whose doubt not yet covered, can you please copy paste again? Saujanya, can you please? Your doubt, can you please copy paste again? Same code. Usually super is the Python's inbuilt function only. Super is the Python's inbuilt function. Yeah, I'm not sure. Can you please observe all the people? Class A, df of m1 self dot x is equal to 10. Class B, B of A, m1 self. Super dot m1 self dot x is equal to 20. Self dot x is equal to 20. Df display of self dot x, super dot x. B is equal to new B dot m1, B dot. Can you please once observe that? Here constructor is going to execute. One minute, sir. An indentation problem at line number 7. 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Line number 8. Yeah. So we created object and then I'm calling m1 method. If you call m1, then child class m1 is going to execute. Yeah, the part of child class m1, parent class m1 is executing. For the current object, one instance variable is coming from the parent, another instance variable will be added from the child. Now, two possibilities, Saujanya. One approach, both variables by default will be there. One is coming from the parent, second one is coming from the child. Approach number 1. Second one, already self.x is already there. Replace that x value 10 will be 20. But what thing is happening internally inside Python, we will check. Wait. Next, print self.x, print super.x. What will happen? So, two things. If here just observe that. 20, here super object has no attribute x. Super object has no attribute x. Clear indication. Whenever we are defining x, then this copy by default will be gone, Saujanya. Remember, whenever we are defining this one, automatically that copy by default will be gone, I hope. Observe that. Observe the flow. Super object has no attribute x. At which line this problem is coming? Line number 13. Whenever we are calling, and then line number 10. 1 minute. Super dot x. 1 minute. We didn't access, right? Ten is coming. From where this 10 is coming? Parent class only. Then automatically super dot x. Attribute super has no attribute x. Does obj contain two variables or one variable? It seems, yeah. Saujanya, Let me consider just some more examples so that we will get some clarity. Let me check and I will update you. Okay. Yeah, we will check that. Don't worry. Just one or two examples. If we can execute, if we can trace, then the behavior by default will be there. What internally happening? I will explain. Don't worry. Yeah, that's all. Up to this, any doubts are except this? Super dot m1 dot x. No, not required, Guru Prasad. Super dot m1 dot x. I don't think, because this is an instance variable, right? It's the instance variable. Okay. Next, at the same time, self dot x is nothing but it's going to be accepted. Then what will happen? Is it going to come only for the parent? If I can take like this, 1 minute self dot x. If I print like here only, yes, super not having attribute x. So means it's very clear. 1 minute. Twenty triple seven. 20,777. Super dot x. Print Saujanya. Have you observed, right? So this child class contain only one instance variable. Only one instance variable x. That's value is the 20. Because first instance variable 10 override with this one. If I comment this, x value will become 10. Saujanya, are you able to observe? Are you seeing right? This is the way to print instance variables. Then if I can take super dot x, assume yeah, good. So maybe my doubt, there is a small twist is there. Maybe I'm not 100% sure. I will just check and update you. As of now, my doubt is super applicable to bring only class level variables, not for instance variables. Can inherit where and new where have the same name? No. If both are having the same name, old copy will be replaced with a new copy. Saujanya, parent copy will be replaced with a new copy. Getting? Saujanya, no chance of having. If the parent and child class both, then parent class member is going to override with the child class member. It may be constructor, it may be method, it may be variable. Both copies won't be there. Yes, it may be possible in Java, but here no. Okay, so now my doubt is, let me still I have a small, just can you please wait for a minute, sir? Class P def underscore underscore init self, I'm taking self dot x is equal to 10, self dot x is equal to 10, class C of P def underscore underscore init underscore underscore self, sorry, self, I'm taking self dot yeah, Saujanya, just wait for a minute. Sir, I'm taking here, observe a bit very carefully, sir. Here I'm going to take C is equal to C. Sir, what I'm doing? Sir, whenever I'm creating child class object, parent class constructor will be called. Parent class constructor is going to provide one instance variable to me. Under here, another instance variable I'm adding. Just I'm calling super.x. Yes, correct. Good. Have you observed? So, super, we are not allowed to access instance variable. Super is allowed to access only class variables. One thing, please wait. Still I have the doubt. Good. Good. Saujanya, are you able to understand? Are you able to understand? Can you please cross check? Saujanya. Here observe that, sir, all the people, can you please cross check? First clarity, super we can use for class level variables but not for instance variables. To call parent class instance variables, you can't use. Parent class instance variables you can access by using self, no problem at all. Now I have that clarity also. Let me take print of self dot x. Yes, perfectly. Sir, parent class instance variable in the child class you can access by using self only, no problem at all. Sir, super keyword can be used, okay, super keyword can be used to bring only parent class level members. Okay, one thing. Next, yeah, any other doubts? Parent class instance variable by default available to the child class, no problem at all. In the child class, parent class instance variables, if you want to access, use the self keyword only. Saujanya, clear? Yes, ma'am. Sir, all the people, anyone having the doubt? Divya, Rajesh, Parthsarthi. Yes. Okay, that's all. Just I will repeat again in the next session. Don't worry, sir. Again, I will repeat next session. Don't worry. So as of now, just remember the conclusion. Super can be used to bring everything from the parent except the instance variable. Because in the child class, if you want to access instance variable, self already there. Then immediately your doubt, parent class and child class having the same self. same self, then the most recent copy by default will be considered. Most recent copy by default will be considered. Remember that. Forget about super. Forget about super. Next and after that, here have a look once. Have a look once. So super. Next self dot x is equal to 20. I'm taking print of self sir dot dict. I'm taking like this. Sir, Saujanya, can you please tell what the answer we are going to get now? Saujanya, can you please tell what is the answer? How many variables will be there in my output? How many variables are there? Check again. This is already instance variable. Here also same name. Here also same name. Only one. Only one. That is the most recent, I hope. Most recent. Old value by default will be gone with the 20. Sir, now 20 by default. Correct. Okay. Now, let me take here. Now, let me take here. Okay. So, let me take. Sir, first x is equal to 20. And then it is calling. And then it is calling. Then this is. Now, 20 will be there or 10 will be there. 20 will be there or 10 will be there. If it is the most recent, 10 will be there. Correct. Good. Now it's got clarified. Parent and child class variables having same name. At runtime only one variable will be there. That the most recently accessed or most recently created. That's all. Clear? Saujanya, I hope this knowledge is enough. Just you can cross check. Sir, from the parent you can bring everything. From the parent we can bring everything. Everything except self, instance variables by using super. From the parent we can bring everything by using super except instance variables. Okay, it's not a disadvantage. Yes, not a disadvantage, because the reason is there is already way to access that variable. Instance variable per object. How many names are required? How many ages are required? Only one. Only one. Next, one more clarity. Some people are asking if it is the public, if it is the private, and so on. By default, all methods, all variables, whatever we are declaring are public. Remember. Then I don't want public. I want to use some other. What is the way? That part we will discuss. That concept is there in the future. Sure. It's not disadvantage. Saujanya. Okay. That's all. Clear? Any doubt? That's all, friends. So tomorrow we'll meet for the continuation, sir. Enjoy up to that. So great, sir. Learnings by default will be there in these few days, 3 or 4 days. Please bear, so that in the whoops much maja you people are going to get, sir. Okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Arpita, definitely.